Guys, you are live.
All right, you guys. Everybody, welcome to the Safe Haven. We have Watermelons here with us today. That is the name of a project, it's not the name of a person. But yeah, you guys, I just wanted to first start off by saying that nothing you hear is going to be financial advice. We're just telling you we're just here to help you make the best investment decision possible. You can hear from the team directly and ask some questions directly. All righty, so here we have Watermelons from Watermelons, and we have Akira San. I see that she's a pink sale marketer. I don't know that she's going to be necessarily answering questions or speaking on the AMA. But either way, these are two people we have on the panel today. And yeah, why don't you go ahead and introduce yourself, Watermelons?
Yeah, good afternoon, everyone. I'm Eliota from Ghana. So I'm the co-founder of Watermelon, which is the first fork token building on Arbitrum and BSC.
Alrighty, and what is Watermelons exactly?
Yeah, Watermelon is a new concept in decentralized finance, which is inspired by the Hex. I don't know if anyone knew about the X project here. Have anyone heard about the X project? Are you perhaps hearing me? Has anyone heard about the Hex project?
Yeah, I heard about it.
Yeah, so Watermelon is inspired by the Hex. So we're the first ECFOG project that is building on Arbitrum and BSC. So with the real 7% debate rates per day, because obviously all other debate projects on Arbitrum failed awfully. So we're here to make the corrections to where they are having the problems.
All right, and how do you plan to make those corrections? Because you say that, eggs did come out and it was very popular. There was a lot of buzz about it around the space, and a lot of people liked it. A lot of people talked about it and whatnot. But you're right, it did fail on Arbitrum. So can you tell us why it failed to make things better?
Yeah, I think the reason why most of the projects, most of the fork projects launching on Arbitrum, the reason why they failed badly is mainly due to one major thing, which is the Arbitrum block mining speed. So, most of those projects are comparing Ethereum block mining speed to Arbitrum, which is pretty wrong. So on Ethereum, we have 10.6 seconds as the block mining speed, but it is only 0.28 seconds on Arbitrum. So if the token supply is decreased by 0.01% every block, the debate rate will be 9% per hour, which is among for other projects. So instead of using the block mining speed, Watermelons are using the block timestamp. So which put the token supply, which makes the token supply to the debase 0.01% every epoch, which is 12 seconds, which puts the debase rate at 7% per day.
All right, so the supply is being debased by 0.001% every 12 seconds, around 7% every single day. Now, a lot of people might think that means like if the supply goes down 7% every day, then that means you're essentially not going to have any more tokens. A lot of people are going to be thinking.
Yeah, obviously, I think many people will think so, but that's pretty wrong. So, if anyone knows how the debase mechanism works, the debase mechanism works in a way that as the WMS, which is our local token supply, is decreasing, the value of Ethereum and BNB will be increasing. The value of ETH and BNB will stay the same, but the supply of WMS, which is our token, will be decreasing. So it doesn't really affect the amount they have. So, as far as we concern, if someone has like 2 WMS token and we have 1 Ethereum in the liquidity, so if we debase one, that means the one WMS token is cost to the remaining 1 Ethereum, which means its value small, but while the supply is decreasing, it is valuing more. If anyone got the explanation.
So another thing you guys said is that you wanted to be able to respike the rebase revolution. So how exactly do you plan to respike the revolution?
Yeah, just as I have said, obviously the rebase or debase revolution. What's the problem with the rebase revolution is the same problem that most of the project that launched early on Arbitrum are having, which is the block mining speed. So, and we're making corrections to it by using the block timestamp instead of the block number, which will put the debase rates at 0.01 every epoch, that is, per 12 seconds, which equates to 0.7% per day.
Alrighty. So when it comes to respiking, it does take more than simply creating a rebase project. So what else do you plan to do to actually respike the revolution? It takes investor interest, it takes influencer interest, it takes interest in the people around the space that we have. You know what I'm saying? It takes a lot more than that. So what do you plan on doing in that?
So the debase mechanism will obviously increase the value of your WMS, which is our token, automatically if none is selling. So that has to do with the supply. But if reading from our doc, the debase also affects WMS in liquidity. So less WMS in liquidity over time, but same amount of Ethereum or BNB, which will mean the WMS token will value more.
Okay. All right. What challenges do you foresee in respiking this rebase?
Yeah, the biggest challenges I think is what we have already addressed, which is the debase rate, just the same challenges every other debase projects are having. But yeah, we have been able to overcome that.
Why did other forks end up failing? Other people have tried to do what Eggs is doing the same way how you're trying to do what Eggs did. Other people are trying to do what Eggs are doing. Why did those other forks, specifically, why did they end up failing? And how can we be sure that you're not going to repeat the same mistakes that they repeated?
Yeah, why they did the mistake is because they are using the block number, that is the Ethereum block number, instead of the Arbitrum block number. Obviously, just as I have mentioned, the Ethereum block number is 12.6 seconds. That is the block mining speed per seconds. So, I'm putting the debase rate at 12.6 seconds per 16 seconds per seconds. We'll put it at 9% per hour. So, which is pretty bad. The debase mechanism doesn't obviously work that way. So, and we were able to overcome this problem by using the block timestamp instead of the block number. So, and it makes our project unique in comparison, to other Fox projects and Arbitrum and BSC.
Okay. All right. So you guys, when it comes to the pre-sale and public sale, 50% of the token supply is going to the public and pre-sale combined. What is that money going to be used for?
Sorry, can you come again? Can you say that again? I didn't get it.
Yeah. So 50% of the supply is going towards public and pre-sale. What would that money be used for?
Yeah, just from our tokenomics, the initial supply, we expected it to be 3,324,324,357 units of WMS will be available as the initial supply. So, and we had our pre-sale weeks back. That was on 17, which we sold out 140 billion units of the total circulating supply, which is 4 billion of it. And on our public sale, we are putting 45% of the total initial supply. That is 1.5 trillion. And also, we have the airdrop allocation, which is 35 billion of the initial supply. We have the dev allocation as 100 billion. and also we have the liquidity. But it will be very important to note that at the end of our public sale, we intend to add all the raised Ethereum and BNB to the liquidity pool.
Okay, and what do you plan on doing with 50%? What do you plan on doing with that money? How will that money be allocated?
Yeah, do you mean like, sorry, can you ask that question again? I didn't get it.
Yes, so the money that you raise for the pre-sale and the public sale,
Yeah.
what will that money be used for?
Yeah, 100%. Yeah, sorry for interrupting you, but 100% of the 100% of the money raised will be added to the liquidity at the end of our public sale. So,
Okay, so that money will be going towards the liquidity.
yeah, sure.
All right, and where would the money for the marketing and for the partnerships be coming from if that money is going towards the liquidity?
Yeah, just as I have mentioned, from the dev allocation, which is 100 billion tokens, that's will be paying from the marketing and everything from the 100 billion tokens. That is the 100 billion token allocated to the developer. And yeah, every other thing is going towards liquidity.
Okay, and on your website, in the small protect compounding staking area, I don't know if I said right, but there's a 387,000. So a lot of people find that very unsustainable and quite large. So can you explain to us why the APR would be that big and how it could be sustainable?
Sorry, can you say it again?
The APR is over 387,000 in
Yeah.
387,000% in one of the staking sections. And,
Yeah.
a lot of people, that is unrealistic and it's not sustainable. So could you explain to us why it's that large and how it could potentially be sustainable?
Yeah, if anyone understand how the DB's mechanisms work, we know it is pretty achievable, because while the supply of WMS token is decreasing, it's the value remains the same. The value keep increasing in pairs to Ethereum or BNB. So most definitely, if anyone should understand how the DB's mechanism work, which I have explained at the beginning of the hammer, I think we'll know how easy it is to actually.
Okay, now let's talk about what is your project?
Sorry?
What is the primary method of marketing this project?
Can you say that again? I didn't get it.
What is the primary method of marketing this project?
Yeah, actually, we first started by because both me and the founder, we've been in the DeFi space for over 5 years. So yeah, and we're pretty used to the Arbitrum ecosystem. So we first started by reaching out, doing some marketing on Arbitrum ecosystem, and we work with quite some influencer on the Arbitrum ecosystem, which include Arbitrum Space, Arbitrum Insider, Arbitrum World, SLR, and many of them. And also on the BNB ecosystem, obviously, we have some marketing we are doing right now.
Okay, brother, favor, could you please try your best to do something with your mic, because it is really hard to understand you. It's like there's a lot of wind. We're having a hard time understanding what you're saying.
Yes, so sorry. Can you get it now? Do you understand what I'm saying?
I can understand the words are very choppy.
Yeah, so I'll repeat myself. I said we started by our marketing on the Arbitrum ecosystem, and we've worked with quite some influencers on the Arbitrum ecosystem, which shall include Arbitrum Space, SLR, Arbitrum Insider, Arbitrum World, and so many others. And of course, we are now adding the BSC, so we have some marketing planned, which will be announced as we go on.
Okay.
Yeah.
Can you do me a favor and move backwards from your mic?
Yeah. Are
All
you
right.
getting it now?
There you go. That's good.
Yeah.
Alrighty. So, how will you market the project in such a way that would reignite the former trend? So, what I'm pretty much trying to figure out here is because right now rebase tokens, like the trend is really dead right now, and nobody's really using them or buying them right now. So what I want to know is what specific marketing plan do you have to reignite that trend and bring the people who are used to that stuff and really into those types of projects? What are you going to be doing to really ignite that
Yeah.
fire in those specific groups of people?
Yeah. So I think the first problem, obviously is just as we have said, many rebase projects end up dying, you know, and yeah, we
Oh, your mic went out. We can't hear you, dude.
it's ourselves, but going forward, proving ourselves just as the egg did.
So we didn't hear a lot of what you said. Could you repeat what you said? And I'll even repeat the question. So it's how are you gonna market this in such a way that would reignite the trend? So there are a lot of people that would buy a rebase token, but because the trend is dead right now, they may not buy it. So how are you going to reignite that fire? Because you guys said that you wanted to restart the evolution. So how would you market this in such a way that will be able to do that?
Yeah, the teams have many plans. The teams have many plans, which decides to keep silent about first. But yeah, we are working with quite so many influencers, both on the Arbitrum and on the BSC ecosystem, and also we are reaching out for many potential partnerships. Including with we're on a partnership talk with Zyber, Alien, and some others. So which we announce as we go on.
Absolutely, man. And can you elaborate on those marketing plans?
Yeah.
Like, do you have
So
any more AAs lined up, any influencers or anything like that?
yeah, actually on the BSC ecosystem, we are on talk with quite many influencers. But yeah, I will just, I think Akira will be in the best position to mention some of those because he's in charge of our marketing. So I'll just let him talk. Yeah.
Okay. And do you have hired professionals for your marketing, or is it just you and a few people that you work with? Not saying it's a bad thing or problem. I just want to know if there's a professional team that was hired, or if it's just you and a lot of people who have space that are marketing this.
Yeah, starting first with adding Akira to the team. He's a pink cell marketing expert. So, and that's why we decided to bring him on the team to use his experience to move our project forward.
Alrighty, yeah, and I see Akira down there. Yeah. Alrighty. So for this next question, Akira, maybe you could answer this one. Is it okay
Yeah.
if you come off the mic? Akira, is it alright if you come off the mic for this next question?
Okay. I don't know if
Alrighty.
he's here.
Well,
Probably he's not here. But
all right. Well, we can just go on to the team question. So, does the team have any prior experience creating a rebase token? Do you have any prior experience creating rebase tokens?
no, we don't have any experience creating a rebate token. This is pretty much our first one. But yeah, just as I've mentioned, we've been in the DeFi space for over 5 years. So yeah, we have experience with how the rebates DBase mechanisms work. So and we've knew the problem other projects are having. So and we've find the solutions to it, which we're trying to implement.
Alrighty, okay. So you've already dealt before. That's cool. You said you've been doing it for 5 years. That's a good thing. Definitely a good thing. So as far as the team is concerned, is the team in house, or meaning is your team like you guys all work together like physically, like you guys know each other and everything, or are these people that you've met around the space or you've hired by what's it called outsourcing? What's the team situation?
Yeah, me and my founder, we've always been together. But apart from that, we have team members from almost every part of the world. I think Akira from China and Africa, Russian, American, and Europe. We have team members from many parts of the world. But the most important thing is me being the co-founder and my founder. We already have everything planned out. So moving forward, we'll be available to oversee all the activities of every other team members. So and yeah, Akira, I would say it is in charge of marketing. We outsource for him, so not like we've always been together. But yeah,
Alrighty. And what would you say your biggest competitive advantage is over other rebase tokens in the past? Like maybe, it could be in any area. What would you say is the biggest thing that stands out about your project? So people who are really into rebase tokens, when, they're always looking at different rebase tokens, and then they look at yours and they're like, oh my God, like, wow. Like what stands out about yours? What makes people jump at yours?
okay. The different thing about us is sorry, Gary. The different thing about us is we've already researched what make other rebate token failed, and we have the solutions to all the problems that other rebate tokens are facing already. Obviously, there are not so many rebate tokens for now. I think WITS on Ethereum, they just failed recently. Choco on Ethereum just failed recently. Pretty bad because they don't. The teams never bothered to make research about the problem that other rebase tokens are facing before launching a project. But we've done that already, and yeah. So and this is I've mentioned, and that's why we'll be using the block timestamp instead of the block number, which put the rebate rate as 7% per day, which is 0.01% by every epoch.
All right, man. Well, thanks for answering my questions. I appreciate that, buddy. This is it for me. I don't have any more questions. That's it for me right now. I'm gonna let my community come on and ask some questions for you. I'm gonna let them talk to you directly and ask you some questions. So I'll go ahead and start from the top. We can go to Alina. Hey,
Yeah,
Alina, go
sure.
ahead and ask your question. Your mic's unmuted. Alina, your mic's unmuted. You can go ahead and ask your question. Alrighty, I'm gonna come back to you if you're still here, or you can just ask your question in the comments. All right, youngest man, go ahead.
Hi, am I audible?
Oh yeah, go ahead and ask the question. Oh yeah, you're good.
All right. Great presentation, man. I stormed on the documentation on your website and I read some few informations about the WMS token. And it was stated that I can deposit into some secured wallets, which may be full, big, or small vaults. And the advantage of the full vault is that if I make a deposit, it can be protected and it can't lose value. So I want to know, maybe a sell pressure comes into your WMS token or it begins to reduce value. Does it mean that when I deposit you got my question?
Yeah, thank you very much for joining us. And if you went through our website, you protect your WMS by depositing into a secure vault, which we have three types of them: full protect, big, and the small protect. So depositing into the full protect will protect your WMS from DBs. So which means the deposited supply when DBs won't affect the deposited supply. So which has a 7-day locking period, no relock required. So the other two protect obviously is the big and the small. So, but we are giving back to the community who are depositing into a big and small protect in form of rewards, which we've already had. We have 10 WMS per epoch, which is per 12 seconds, which we are distributing to our depositors into big and small protect. So 9 million units to depositors into the big protect and 1 million units to depositors into the small protect. So, and coming back to your questions, if you have the full protect type, the most important thing is that the DBs wouldn't affect the supplies, your tokens logged in full protect. So pretty much, if you find out the DBs mechanisms work, are you hearing me? Yes.
Yes, I can hear you. So I want to understand something. So, like, maybe the WMS faces a sell pressure or begins to decrease in value. Does it mean my deposit on the full vault is not affected?
No. Obviously, your deposit on the full vault is not affected since DB's mechanism doesn't affect the WMS on the full protect. So no.
Okay, so that means that the WMS value goes up or goes down doesn't get affected.
Yeah, if with the plans the team have had, if there will be any downside to WMS token, it will only be little, which will always come back. Just if you have been keeping up with the ECK token.
Okay, so I want to understand. So that means the value of my WMS token will remain flat. Don't you think this might make investors to get stuck on a particular price and then maybe they begin to lose it because the value of my WMS is not going up, it's not going down?
Yeah, the value of your WMS will definitely be going up because of the DBase mechanisms. But if it to go down, it will always come back up, in a very short space of time because.
All right, no problem. I'll just suggest your project should maybe get a website. I searched for your website and I couldn't find anyone. So I hope to look into your website very soon.
Yeah, most definitely. Thank you very much for joining us, man. And we'll look into it.
All right. Thank you, DC. I appreciate it. Best of luck to your project.
Yeah, you're always welcome, youngest man. Always. was a good question, man. I really liked it. That was a good back and forth too. All right, let's go with Benova. Hey, man.
Can you hear me?
Yes, sir, indeed.
Sorry. Can you hear me?
Yeah, sure. I
Yep.
can hear.
Yeah, thank you very much. Thank you for this opportunity, BC. My question to the team will be, will there be any reward for holding your token? That's my question. What will be the question?
Yeah, and for the depositors in the big and small protect, obviously, just as I said, we have 10 million WMS in reward for the depositors in big and small protect. That's 9 million units per epoch to the depositors in big protect and 1 million units WMS token to the depositors in small protect per epoch. That's each 12 seconds.
Okay. Thank you very much. Thank you, BC, for this opportunity.
You're welcome, man. Always welcome. Let's go to Itachi. Okay, Itachi, go ahead and ask your question, man. Mic is unmuted. The floor is yours. Go ahead.
Yo, hello, how are you?
I'm doing just fine, man.
Nice. So, yeah, my question is, could you explain the cryptographic principles and algorithms that are used by the Watermelon blockchain network on the testnet to ensure the security and privacy of transactions, and how they compare to other blockchain networks such as Bitcoin and Ethereum?
Yeah, I think our dev will be in the best positions to answer, but he's not on this call, so probably we'll be having another hammer with Safe Haven soon. So,
Oh, okay then. Sure. I'll check out your Discord then.
yeah, and most definitely, you can always send your questions on our Telegram channel or on our Telegram group or Discord server, as our dev is always here to answer.
Sure, mate. Thanks.
Thanks for stopping by, buddy. Let's see. Let's go to Izel. And then I'm gonna go in the comments if we got questions down there. Okay. Okay. Izel, go ahead. Okay. 1, 2, 3. Izel, your mic's unmuted.
Hello, DC, can you hear me?
Hey, Izel, how you doing?
Okay. My question is, how does Watermelon app utilize decentralized consensus mechanisms such as proof of stake, POS, and delegated proof of stake, DPoS, to achieve fault tolerance and security in its network? And what are the key differences in its implementation compared to other POS or DPoS based blockchain networks?
Yeah, thank you very much for joining us. But I hope you can join our Discord server or Telegram, as our dev will always be there to provide further answers to your question.
Sir, I have another question, sir.
Yeah. Go forward. Thank you.
Okay, how does Watermelon app utilize blockchain technology and smart contracts to enable decentralized trading of non-fungible tokens, NFTs, and what specific improvements or innovations does it introduce to the existing ecosystems of NFT marketplaces and exchanges?
Can you come again? Sorry, can you repeat your question?
Okay, sir. Um, how does Watermelon app utilize blockchain technology and smart contracts to enable decentralized trading of non-fungible tokens (NFTs), and what specific improvements or innovations does it introduce to the existing ecosystem of NFT marketplaces and exchanges?
Yeah, just an answer to your questions. Watermelon is also launching on Arbitrum on BSC ecosystem. So we're also launching on an ecosystem for now. Like we have a ecosystem already. But yeah, the team hasn't considered adding NFT or some to ecosystem, like at least not anytime soon, but hopefully in the future.
All right, sir. Thank you.
Yeah, you are welcome, Izio. It's great to have you here.
Indeed, I second that. Okay, now let's go to Black Panther. He wants to know what is the long-term sustainability of the project.
Yeah, so Black Panther is not speaking, but yeah, with the teams already planned everything out, and yeah, which we decide to be to put out to our community at the right time. So we have the right marketing strategy in place, and also the debate mechanisms. That is for the debate token. The debate mechanism obviously keep our project sustainable for a long time. So yeah.
All right, and Che Young wants to know how you plan to spread awareness for different languages.
Yeah, we are on talk with quite some Chinese influencers, because obviously if you did check out our roadmap, after our pre-sale, we have the expansion into the Chinese and the Russian markets, which we are working hard on. We are working with quite some YouTube influencers from both Chinese and Russian. You can always check out our channel, Telegram group, or Discord server. You'll see even yesterday we posted a collaboration with Russian influencers. So that's private. If that answers the question.
Oh, Sujay's here. Okay, Sujay's real good. All right, Sujay, go ahead and ask your question, man. Good to see you. Sujay will be on here at any moment. He'll show up out of nowhere.
Hey, DC.
Hey, man.
Hey, Watermelons.
Hi, CJ. How are you doing?
Hey, I'm doing good, thank you. All right, so I was just trying to understand the math behind this. Sorry about that, got kicked out. Yeah, so I was just trying to understand the math behind it. So your logic or your explanation to why this is different from other eggs for
Can you I'm not getting you, Suji. Can you please repeat yourself?
Yeah, sorry, got muted. Is it better now?
Yeah, elaborate.
Okay. Yeah, so I was trying to understand the math behind this, or why you feel this is different than the eggs forks on Arbitrum. So you're saying why the forks or the eggs project itself doesn't work on Arbitrum is because the block time is much faster on Arbitrum when than compared to Ethereum. So the debasing happens a lot faster, and the token value rises up too soon, causing people to dump it. And as opposed to, in your case, since you're doing it on Ethereum, the debasing is slower and it takes a lot longer for the price to appreciate, which would incentivize people to hold longer. Is that the logic here?
Okay, so actually the thing is for other debase projects, the problem that we're having is just as I have mentioned, the block mining speed. That's many of them launching on Arbitrum are actually pretty much using Ethereum block mining speed for Arbitrum, which is quite wrong. So for Ethereum, it is quite different, and it is 0.16 seconds, but 0.28 seconds, which is a lot slower on Arbitrum. So a lot faster on Arbitrum. So the block mining speed, causes the token to rise too fast, dump. So, and they wouldn't be able to, in the long run, they wouldn't be able to keep up with the supplies. So, and we've made corrections to it. This is I mentioned. We are using the block timestamp instead of block number. So yeah, it should make a lot of difference.
Okay. Yeah. So you're kind of saying what I was thinking. I think it's right then. So it's slower. The debasing is slower. That's why the logic is it'll take, it'll incentivize people to hold longer because their tokens are appreciating slower. But I mean, at the core of it, it's still a debase project. It probably is better than launching it on Arbitrum, but I mean, we've seen what happened with all those high APY projects last year, right? I don't know of a single one of them that is still alive. The first ones did make some money for their investors, but the ones that followed really did not do anything. It was just a pump and dump scheme all over and over again. So I'm still thinking, while it's better than a similar project on Arbitrum, but you are still going to need some solid utility, some use case for people to hold, because once the hype dies down and people see one big sell on the chart, it's going to be difficult to make holders, hold their tokens for after a certain period, at least once they get their investment out. So yeah, I mean, thanks for explaining the concept, but I still think you need some sort of a use case to go with the debasing concept.
Yeah, just I would like to add, we are on top with the X team, so which is a successful debase token on both Arbitrum and BSC. So we're gonna have much fun keeping up with.
Sorry, I didn't get the last bit of what you said there.
Yeah. So just as I have said before, we are on talk with the X team, which is a successful project, debase project on both Arbitrum and BSC. So we are looking to do many things like them.
Okay. Well, all the best. Thanks for your answers.
Yeah, you're welcome, CJ, and have a very nice one today.
Yeah,
Thanks,
good work, CJ. Great, CJ. Yeah, man, CJ, you're my man, dude. You always welcome over here, man. Anytime I see you up, you can get your question asked, man. Always do. But yeah, that was a good question, man. I understand people, they want to escape the matrix, man. It's real, So when people see a high APY, they really want to buy it, and that's just because, like I said, everybody wants to be very wealthy individual. You know what I'm saying? Everybody wants to be a millionaire. We're getting a lot of stuff around the space about legislation and whatnot. It's coming. I think it's farther down the road because of upcoming elections and this economy getting worse. They got way more stuff to think about than regulating crypto. But yeah, I can see why people would be very attracted to it. But I do agree with Sujay as well, man. So I'll definitely be thinking about that. All right, let's go. And Miss Saki. All right, Miss Saki, go ahead. All right, Masaki, go ahead, bro. All right, let's go to Jude. All right, Jude, you can go ahead and answer your question. I think he's got some pretty good questions too.
Hello.
What's up, man? Go ahead and ask the question.
All right. So I had the question, and basically it's gonna be about the whole site itself. You know, for every investor, they look at how, not everyone is as sophisticated. So I believe in simplicity, and going through the website, it really makes it, or the app or the testnet, which I saw the link, it isn't really understandable. So I wanted to know if there is in fact a website or a white paper that is available for users, so that at first sight they can be able to understand things, as well as do you also plan on creating a sort of YouTube simplifier video for newcomers, so as well know how to navigate through the Arbitrum chain, since it isn't really what everyone is used to.
Yeah. Thank you very much, Jude. And yeah, we have most of the informations on our doc, which is the link to it is available on our Discord and our Telegram. You can always check it out. If that answers the question.
All right. I believe the other part was if you plan on creating a sort of a YouTube video, or just on displaying a video to help users understand how to navigate through the um like the whole platform itself. And since it's not, we're in the BSS space, and not everyone is used to the Arbitrum chain. Yeah. So hope you got the question.
Yeah, thank you very much for your suggestions. And yeah, just as I have mentioned earlier, we are on top with some Chinese YouTube influencers. And also, yesterday, we posted across our channel a link to a review video made by one of our Russian influencers. So we'll release more.
All right. Nobel from me. Yeah, thanks, DC, and yeah, grateful God.
Yeah, thank you very much, Jude, for joining. We are very happy to have you.
Yep. Thank you so much, man. All right, Batman, it's your go. Batman, the world is waiting on you. Wait a minute, hold up. Oh, left. Dadgummit. Okay. All right. Let's go to Jamie then. All right, Jamie. And after that, I'm going to go to some comment questions. All right, Jamie, go ahead, bud.
All right. Good evening. Good evening, Watermelon. Good evening, DC.
Good evening.
Good evening, Jamie.
All right. I want to know about the maximum holding that a person can possess, the maximum token a person can hold as a holder, so as to prevent whales from getting hold of it. And that usually causes some people it puts them off from investing. Usually discourage some people, like when they want to invest and they discover that a particular individual has a large chunk of the token, he can cheat out anytime he wants. So I want to know if it's going to be distributed evenly, and maybe there is a limit, a maximum token a person can hold.
Yeah, from our pre-sale on our back when we did our pre-sale, we the maximum holding is was 1.5 Ethereum. So, but in our public sale, the maximum holding would be 10 Ethereum. So, which is still pretty much it's.
All right. Thank you very much for the answers. I also have one last question before I go. I want to know about your marketing plans and also the partnership with top names and big names that can also help us to reach out to different audience.
We are on top with some of the big projects on Arbitrum, so Alien Fee, Camelot, and we'll be announcing it as time goes on. And also, we've worked with many Arbitrum influencers and YouTubers, BSc YouTubers. So we still have plans to expand that, because obviously after the Dex listing, community building comes after it again.
All right, thanks, man.
Yeah, you're welcome. Thank you very much, Jimmy. And it's nice to have you.
Yeah, Jimmy, good questions, man. No, I understand why you would ask that, man. Like, I'd be feeling the same kind of way that you are, you know. You definitely we're in a bear market, so it's harder and it hurts more when someone sells. You know, I don't like to say get dumped on, because like I said, people try to moralize and demoralize it. Like, guys, it's a free market. Everybody wants to make money. You can't just think about yourself. It's fair for everybody. Everybody wants to make money. You know, you probably sell too, regardless of how much money you had. You know, if you sold in 5 minutes with $20, I'm pretty sure you'd sell with in 1 second if you saw $20,000. So let's be considerate of everybody. You know, same way we have freedom of speech, we got to have freedom of buying and selling, regardless how we feel about it. But yeah, no, that was a really good exchange, really good interaction, man. Jimmy, keep on coming back, man. But let me go to some comment questions right fast. Okay, so we got. Oh darn it! It got away from me. Okay, what? Darn, he already asked this. Okay, so Real Mathira asks, "What do you think about the investors' understanding of the real value of the project and their motivation? What are the advantages of investors for long run?"
Yeah, so far we've received many positive feedbacks from our investors. For those who understand how the DB's mechanism truly works, and also for those who don't understand it yet, we are, just as Jimmy suggested, just as he has asked, we are on top with many of the YouTubers, which we sent a link to one of the review videos yesterday. So for those who doesn't really understand how the DB's mechanism work, we are on top with many YouTubers to break it down into simpler forms, so we can carry everybody along.
Alrighty, and let's see. Zanab wants to know how you'll be able to maintain good volume.
Yeah, going forward, just the initial doc. Sorry, just a little connection problem. But just as it was mentioned in our doc, but going forward, we'll be adding more marketing, to keep the value of the token. So, and also, because we believe that as more investors come in, it's keep the value of the token stable. So there won't be more downside to WMS token,
Okay. Well, Zanab, if you're still in here, there's the answer to your question. But let me see if I can get another chat question in real quick. See if anybody else. All right. Well, that's it for the questions in the AMA, man. We can get to the focus on the giveaway part now. But hey, man, thanks for coming out. We had a good turnout. We had a good interaction. It was good engagement, man. I really appreciate you being here, man.
Yeah, I would like to thank everyone too. Thanks for joining, and moving forward, we hope to see you guys again.
Of course, man. Yeah, you can always stop by here. Yeah.
Yeah, thank you very much, DC. It was very nice. We had a very nice time with you today. So
Yeah, absolutely, dude. Well, we're gonna go ahead and do the giveaway part now. So everybody